Morning, dear students. Welcome back to your English first class. That's grammar section. Are you all fine at home, or your area is containment zone? I pray and hope that you all be safe at home. We'll continue the lesson tenses. Already we started. That's why this is the continuation of tenses. And there is we have already learned what is present tense, simple present and past continuous. Present continuous. Here we will discuss about simple past and past continuous. Okay, and simple present and simple past, if you compare and study, that will be easy for you because the uses are almost similar. Because what is used in the simple present, if it happens in the past, it will be used in the simple past. For example, if it is a habitual action, we use the tense simple present. For example, if I get up at 5 o'clock every day, which tense should I use? That is simple present, isn't it? That is I get up at 5 o'clock. It's clear that that is a habit. And if it was a habit in the past, we use simple past. So that's the difference. So you compare and study so that it will be easy for you. The uses are same in the present and past. Present will be happening now, but past it must have been happened in the past. That's the only difference. Okay, children, let's go to the simple past tense. The structure. If you see the structure of the sentence, subject plus which form of verb will be used here? V2 form. For example, which are the V2 forms? Come, came, jump, jumped, cooked, eat, ate, etc. Okay, that means the verb 2 form of the verbs will be used in order to make simple past tense. The structure of the sentence is like this: subject, verb, object, subject, verb. Verb means which verb? V2 form of the verb. For example, I wrote a novel. Okay. They played football. See? V2 form of the verb. Played. I met this man once. Okay. Framing sentence is easy for you because you have studied it last year. How to frame sentences based on the tenses. I know it well. We'll continue it. And when we use simple past tense, certain adverbs will tell you which is this tense. There can be sentences without adverbs, but if you see these adverbs in the sentences, you can easily identify the tense. Okay, and this will help you to identify the tense. Or if you use or if you frame sentences, you can use these adverbs into simple past tense. For example, yesterday. It rained yesterday. If there is yesterday, that adverb, that must be right to use simple past tense. I wrote my notes yesterday. There was class yesterday. Okay, ago. Another adverb that is used is ago. I met him 2 years ago. Another one is never. I never ate chocolate. I never ate chocolate. The same will be used in simple present also. If it is used, if it is telling in the terms of present things that is happening, always. They always did it. They always played. Okay. And recently. This had happened recently. Or this happened recently. Once. I met him once. Once, twice, thrice, etc. These are adverbs, because it talks about the time of action. Adverbs will be telling more about the verbs. And last week, last year, last month, last time, etc. For example, I met him last week. Okay, so these adverbs can be used in order to frame sentences in simple past tense. And when you see this, you can identify, if seeing the verb, you can identify whether the tense is simple past or not. Okay, I think that it is clear. And the simple past will be talking about the action that happened in the past. At a particular point of time, there are other uses that we will discuss. And anyway, the action must have completed. There only we use simple past tense. And this is the equivalent of simple present tense. A wherever we use simple present tense, you can use, if the action is past, you can use the simple past tense. Means one is present, another one is past. Okay, seeing the action, you can easily make it sure whether it is simple present or simple past. Okay. How can we frame sentences in simple past tense? We have already seen examples of sentences in simple past tense. Subject plus V2 form of the verb. Okay, and when you make affirmative sentences, affirmative means positive. Positive sentences, subject, V2 form of the verb, then object or complement will be here. That's the form or the structure of the sentence. She sang a song. Sang is V2 form. She sang a song. They ate banana. Okay, subject plus V2 form of the verb. Okay, and when you make negative sentence, what auxiliary you have to add with it? In present tense, which auxiliary had we added? That is do. So simple past tense, the past form of do, that is did. When you make negative sentences and questions, you must use did. Okay. Did is the word or auxiliary that we use in order to make questions or negative sentences. Okay, same sentence, let's make into a negative sentence. She did not sing a song. What's the change that took place when you made into negative sentence? Means sang became sing. Why? Already it is past because we have used here did. Did sing is equal to sang. Okay, whenever you use did sing or did V2 form, V1 form, that is automatically understood that that is simple past, that is V2 form of the verb. She did not sing a song. In order to make negative sentences, you must use did not. Otherwise, she not sing a song. That's wrong. Okay. When you make interrogative sentences also, you have to use this auxiliary did. Same sentence we will make into interrogative sentence. Okay, and here we are dividing this V2 form into did plus V1. Did plus V1 is equal to V2. Okay, did plus sing is equal to sang. Did plus eat is equal to ate. Did plus write is equal to wrote. Did plus take is equal to took. Okay, so here did, and after that you must use the subject. Did she sing a song? Okay, this is the structure of interrogative sentences. And when you make WH questions, WH interrogatives, you must use WH word before this did. That's only change. Okay, and object or the answer what you get there, you should not use in WH questions. Here we are telling only yes or no. That's the answer for interrogative sentences. Yes or no questions. Okay, and when we use WH questions, we should not say yes or no, but we say the answer. That's why WH question, word. Here you see, did she sing a song? Here I must use WH word before it. That's the only difference. Okay, so When you are asked to make sentences in WH words, you must use did. This is a practice of students. They never use this did. That is the problem. And in your exam, in the previous quarterly exam also, you did the same thing. Because you are supposed to use do with a question, but you haven't used it. That's wrong. Okay. When you make in simple present, you must use do, and simple past, you must use did. That is compulsory. Okay, so what will be? Just add word in front of this did. Already you have made yes or no question. Before that you must use word. That's only change. So what did she sing? Okay, there is pause because you know that song is the answer. So when you ask WH questions, we never say the answer. And the person who has to respond must answer. But in a yes or no question, we have to say only yes or no. So we use their object also. Okay, children, is it clear? I hope it is clear. Affirmative, negative, interrogative, and WH question. If it is negative interrogative, how will you use interrogative? Didn't she sing a song, or did she not sing a song? That will be the interrogative question. Didn't she sing a song, or did she not sing a song? Both are right. Here, what didn't she sing? What did she not sing? Okay, so this is the way how to make sentences in simple past tense. Clear? Let's see the uses of simple past tense. You normally use it, but we don't know where we use, or we are not aware of it. You see this? In order to describe about a past event that took place in the past, we normally use simple past tense. If it happened at a particular point of time. For example, Mr. John taught me English. Okay, that must have been at any period of time in the past. But that's a thing that happened in the past. Okay. Or I visited my uncle. There is no mention about anything particularly. Without reference of the time, we can use simple past tense. That's the first usage. And second one is in order to say about past habits. We have seen if it is a habit in the present, we use simple present tense. For example, I take milk. That means if I say I take milk every day, that is sure that it's a habit. I take milk. Or I get up at 5 o'clock. Or I go to church. That's happening regularly. That is used in these types of sentences, or in order to say these things, we use simple present tense. In the same sense, if it happened in the past, we use simple past tense. It is a habit. For example, by using the auxiliary or modal auxiliary, or we can say this is semi-auxiliary, we used to. With used to, we use this. We make sentences in simple past. For example, I used to visit the park when I was a child. That regularly happened in the past. It was a habit that was formed by me in the past. So we use the simple past tense with used to. I used to help my mother. I used to study a lot. Okay, in all this we can use simple past tense. Another usage is to narrate a story. Okay, so when you make compositions in the English language, for example, when you make compositions, if it is a story or if it happened in the past, every sentence must be in simple past. Okay, so be careful, children, when you make sentences or stories in the simple past, you must use simple past. Once there was a grandfather and grandmother. Which is the main verb here? Was. Okay, that is simple past. That's used as the main verb there. Once there was a grandfather and grandmother. or they lived comfortably. They had 2 sons. Okay, everything is simple past. You see, you take a story and you analyze which is a tense that followed. Okay, and very rarely you can see past perfect also there. In other places you can see only simple past there. So when you make stories, try to make sentences with simple past tense. Another usage is to talk about history. All the sentences, if you take a history book itself, you can see all the sentences will be in simple past. Okay, Akbar fought, okay. And the first war of independence broke out in 1857. Broke out, simple past. Broke out. Okay. And another incident you take, the Renaissance happened in the European history. The Reformation was a challenge. All these are simple past tense. In order to say about historical events, we use simple past tense. These are the usages of simple past tense. Clear? In simple present tense, we have used be forms, which were the be forms which we used in simple present tense. With I, we used am. I am a teacher. I am a student. Okay. And with you, you have used you. Are. We are, you are, they are. Okay. And with he, she, or it, you used she is, he is, it is. And which is the equivalent auxiliary that can be used as the main verb or be form in simple past tense. You know what is the past form of is? It's was, automatically that's was. And was will be used as was. And are its past is were. So was and were are the be forms that is used as the main verb in simple past. Okay. I tell you this will be used as a main verb. It is not auxiliary verbs. For example, he was very smart. That's the structure of the sentence. He subject was be form, that's the main verb. He was, and very smart, that's a compliment. He was very smart. And they were smart students. Next year, looking at you, sometimes I'll be saying, they were smart students. It is the main verb here, were. Since it is plural, we have used here, were. And what is the past form of have? That is had. Had is the only verb form or have form that is used in simple past. I had a pet dog. Which is the main verb here? Had. It shows possession. I had a pet dog. This is the be-do form of have. She had a beautiful doll. If it's in simple present, we must have used she has a beautiful doll. And its past is had. She had a beautiful doll. Okay. So the use of be forms will be was or were as main verbs, and had will be used as main verb. And when you come to perfect tenses, it will be used as auxiliary verb. That's why I am telling you especially it will be used as main verb. Okay. Let's see the contracted forms of had. Contracted means short forms. We often don't use the full form in English. Okay, for example, auxiliaries and these have forms and be forms, when it is used as main verb, it's not compulsory that you have to use it in full form. We often use it in short forms. Okay, and how to use it in short forms? If it is I had, you can say I'd. And she had, she had. They had, dad. You had, you had. It had, it had. Okay, that means you can avoid this HA sound. and without that you can use D. That's a short form or a contracted form of had. And when it is used in negative sentences, we can use it in two ways. One is I didn't have or I hadn't. I hadn't. In both ways you can use. I didn't have or I hadn't. Okay. Or I didn't. I didn't know. The same way, she didn't have, she hadn't. They didn't have, they hadn't. You didn't have, you hadn't. It didn't have, it hadn't. And these are the contracted forms of have. And it will be used in simple past tense. Especially when we talk, if it is a conversation, we don't use the full forms. We have to use, and this is a way that we can use the short forms, contracted forms. Okay. Okay, let's study about past continuous tense. Continuous, from the word itself, we can think or recall that that's the event that continued for a period of time. It did not end at a particular point of time. It continued for a certain period of time in the past. Okay, and the similar way we have used present continuous if it continued in the present. I am teaching English. You are listening to the class. That we will use in present continuous. And if it is in the past, for example, yesterday if it happened, you were listening to the class, I was teaching English, isn't it? Okay, so we use past continuous to refer to an action that happened for a particular period of time in the past. Duration is a period of time. It's not a particular time. Period of time. Okay. And how to make affirmative sentences or positive sentences. I was teaching English. I was teaching English. Then auxiliary verb was or were will be used with main verb. I was teaching English. This is not main verb. Again, this is auxiliary verb. It is supporting teaching. In order to identify the tense and number. Number means the singular. I singular. I was teaching English. And how can you make this sentence into a negative sentence? I wasn't teaching English. So the contracted form of not will be used. I wasn't teaching English. When you use negative sentences, already there is auxiliary. And in simple past we have taken did because there was no auxiliary to support. Here we already have the auxiliary, the same auxiliary we use along with it. I wasn't teaching English. And here, in order to make interrogative sentences, especially yes or no question, the first was will be taken front. Was, then I. That's the structure of the question, you know. First auxiliary and after that only subject. Was I teaching English? Okay. Again, if it is WH question, what should be added? WH word must be added before this. What was I teaching? Okay. And here negative sentences, negative interrogative you have to make. Was I teaching English? The only thing is you have to add int along with was. Okay, here. Let's analyze the uses of past continuous tense. It's understood that it's a continuous action when we use past continuous. Only for the continuous action. Okay, one is ongoing action that happened in the past. For example, they were playing football without mentioning the time. For example, if the time is mentioned, you have to use perfect continuous tense. That's why I am telling that without mentioning the adverbs. They were playing football. It continued for a certain period of time in the past. Maybe yesterday, without mentioning the time, I can use they were playing football. Another one is longer duration of past action. Both the teams were fighting each other. Okay, this fighting continued for a longer period of time, maybe years or maybe months it continued. Without mentioning the time, we can use past continuous tense. Okay, children, this is enough for today. That lesson is over. I have taken both the topics together because already we have studied what is past tense. That's why in order to stress more on some of other grammar sections, we have to go a little faster. For example, passive and active voice, direct and indirect speech, you have to study in detail. If you go a little faster, then only we will be able to complete. So I have taken the full lesson. Please try to do the exercise on page number 62, 63. 63, one is there at the top. That is, change the sentences in exercise 1 into interrogative sentences. That you will just leave, children, because it takes time in order to take each and every sentence. And there is no space in the text to be done. So please leave that exercise. Take page number 63 and last exercise. Complete the following sentences with correct forms of verbs given in brackets. All of it are simple past only. So use the correct form of verb, the simple past form. That is V2 form. Again, page number 65. Okay, and definitely you know that is also simple past tense. Please try to do the exercise by filling with simple past tense. Again, page number 66. That's a mixture of simple present and simple past tense. Try to identify the use and please do it. I'll be sending the answers next week only. And today you have to do this in your text with pencil. And if there is any change, you can make the changes in the next week when I send the answers. Okay, children, bye. Thank you.